New set, new decks. Probably still gonna play Starmie. I haven't seen any of the cards. I haven't seen any deck. Only 71 cards. What the fuck? What's Mega Evolution? 73, 67, 94, 86. Damn! Okay, so they've just been releasing just straight shit. I don't know how I didn't notice that. Oh, wait, that could be crazy against Dragapult. As long as the Pokemon is on your bench, prevent all damage done to each of your Pokemon by attacks of your... Wow. By attacks from your opponent's Pokemon that have 2 or less energy. That could be crazy for going against Dragapult. Few decks, actually. Enzorark... Zor something. I don't know if I can say it. Shit, what else? I don't know. Quite a few decks. Once during your turn, if the Pokemon is in the active spot, you may use this ability to flip a coin. If heads, discard energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Okay, that could be kind of like a... I want to say control deck. During your next turn, attack used by the Pokemon do 150 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Okay, so you're doing 300 damage with a 3. That's actually good. 300 damage, 150 initially with 330 health. Pair that with Wally. It is stage 2. I don't like playing stage 2s, but I'll probably try it out. That's fucking horrible. Flip 2 coins if both of them are heads and search your deck for a Pokemon and put it onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. So you have to like... That's like an insane form of gambling. That's like one of the worst forms of gambling I've seen Pokemon actually implement. That's just actually just kind of stupid. Ooh, okay, so we have more Shark Cadet and Armorage stuff. Put in each of your bench points ahead. Ooh, okay, hang on. Armorage might be making a comeback. So I did lie about not looking at the cards. I think this was Ghost Veil, and it got translated to Hide and Seek. I think this was Ghost Veil, but it says if you have 4 or more Pokemon that have the ability Hide and Seek in your discard pile, this attack does 140 more damage. So you're doing 170. Which actually isn't that good, especially on a 140 Pokemon. I mean, it is a basic Pokemon with 1 energy. So maybe you could use it as a game finisher. But I don't know. Doesn't seem like something I want to do. Okay, another Pokemon Call for Family. I don't know if a Fighting already had a Call for Family. But that could be pretty good, and maybe... I don't want to say Lucario. Discard the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. Okay. Okay. Wow, that you could... Ooh, okay, that's a deck that I want to... I'm not going to personally make that myself, but I'm going to let people that actually know how to build decks build that out, and I'm definitely going to try that. Damn! If this Pokemon has at least 2 extra energy attached in addition to this attack's cost, the attack does 130 more damage. So 5 energy, it can be 3 steel, 2 whatever. That's what I'm assuming. It doesn't really say specific, so I'm assuming 2 whatever. You're doing 330 damage. That's enough to almost one-shot everything. That's pretty good on a stage 1. And it's Drober. That's going from a fight into a steel type. But that actually could be crazy because you have Call for Family. And you can just evolve next turn. That's really good. I've seen a lot of during your opponent's next turn prevent all damage from evolution Pokemon. It's like the 3rd card I've seen so far. Oh, Mega Delphox. I didn't know this was coming. Look at the top 9 cards of your deck, and you may put any number of Pokemon you find there onto your bench, shuffle them. Okay. That's pretty good. 9 cards. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned and confused. Ooh, okay. Okay, so very heavy on status. 200. plus the burn, which I think is just 1 damage counter. I haven't played anything that uses burn in a while. Ooh. Okay, if your opponent has exactly 1 prize card remaining, this attack does 200 more damage. So 280 damage for 2 energy on stage 1. And it's another situational thing that I don't know if I'd play. Oh! If this Pokemon was healed during this turn, this attack does 200 more damage. During your opponent's next turn, the attack Pokemon takes 50 less damage from attacks. That's insane. Because you could pair that up with Jumbo Ice Cream, I think is what it's called. It's where you like heal 80 damage from a Pokemon. And also heal with Wally's Compassion. But the only downside with Wally's Compassion is it sends the energy back into your hand, but it's only a 1 energy, so you can just put the energy right back. That is something I'm gonna build a deck around this card. That's going on the list. Got a Sea King with a 30 damage to 1 bench. That's kind of bad, but not the worst. For 3 energy though, that's kind of bad. That's a cool Pokemon. I've never seen that Pokemon. That's cool. That is cool. It's like one of them beetles, but like it feels like a jet. Voltaic energy. Oh. Oh, 260 damage for 2 energy. Stage 2, 160 health though. Fighting weakness. I don't know about that. Heatran. I forgot how to say it. The legendary that's not a legendary. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. During your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon from... Oh. So, I could see this being paired with Delphox. Because it burns. And if... Oh, yeah, but the 4 retreat cost, though. You need to play a Latios, and I don't know. I can't off the top of my head think of what other cards would pair good with Heatran and Delphox. Maybe another card in the set. Oh, that's weird. Search your deck for an item card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. It's not even a supporter; it's just an item. Whoa! Wait, what the fuck? At the end of your opponent's next turn, discard the defending Pokemon and all attached cards. Wait, does that mean... That means we're discarding our Pokemon, right? Am I reading that right? That's stupid. If it is. But if it's the other way around, that's crazy. That's actually nuts. That might be insane. It's so many things with it. The evolution Pokemon. Oh, here it is. 3 Lampus. Put in... Okay. Here's... Yeah, Mega Chandelier, whatever. Oh, I didn't know it increases your opponent's retreat cost by 1 energy more. 50. Oh, okay. So, on average, retreat cost is about 2, is what I would say. So, you're getting an extra 100 damage, usually, I would say. So, 230 total for only 2 energy. It's a stage 2, 3 prizer, though. I could see that being a rogue deck, honestly. I like the art. Oh, I really like the art on this one. This Pokemon will be knocked out by damage to attack. Flip coin if the head. This is like Hawlucha, but shittier. Oh, 50 damage snipe, though. That's pretty much like Mega Starmie, though. Yeah, that is really like Mega Starmie, but not 3 prize cards. That's kind of something that I might want to look into. What? During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 100 more damage from attacks. That's stupid. Oh, here's the chase card. I don't know what you would call it. But this is what I keep seeing people talk about. If your bench Pokemon has any damage counters on them, this attack does 110 more damage. So you're hitting for 220 pretty much no matter what. You slam a Risky Ruin down, you're good. So 220 for 2 energy on a basic. That's pretty good. If your opponent's active Pokemon is affected by a special condition, it is knocked out. Oh, that could... There's some crazy plays that could happen. You boss up a 3 prizer. Oh, but you would have to affect it. But if you can somehow affect it and boss it up at the same time, or maybe put it to sleep, boss up something, put it to sleep, and then send in Darkrai. I know there's a Snom Frostmoth, maybe. I forgot what it was, but puts him to sleep. That could be something. 283 card, 3 prize though, but it is a basic, so that's pretty good. This is going on the list of decks I'd want to make. Does it have? Oh, it does have other arts. So here's the double rare, the whatever this one's called. Oh, that is sick as fuck. Oh, I want to see how much this card cost in real life. Oh my! It sells for more than the golden one? Oh, it's pre-sale. Holy moly guacamole. Just straight shot up. Special illustration rare. I can't talk today. Special illustration rare. And this one's called a Mega Hyper. Okay. I don't know the card varieties. I just fucking play the game. I can't believe that this one costs more. Not by much, but more. Yeah, I would assume the gold one. This would be. I mean, it's pretty sick though. Gotta admit. Yeah, you can't exchange it. Fuck, dude, I hate that. I hate that PTCGL does that. You can't exchange cards until a certain amount of time. Well, you can't exchange the higher rarity versions for a certain amount of time. Like when I was building my Hawlucha deck, I wanted to get the really cool full art Hawlucha, and I probably fucking spent, I don't know, 50k trader points on just packs to get it. It took forever. I spent about a good month trying to get it. I also didn't play as much as I did back then as I do now, so it probably would have been honestly a week, but ooh, 60 damage per electric energy attached. The 3 card. It's 3 card, 270 health, 60 damage. Is there a way? I don't play electricity decks either. If there's a way of accelerating electricity, that's pretty good. And it's gotta be electricity. Oh, it's got different arts too. Oh, that's sick. I like that. Rhyhorn. If this Pokemon is actually knocked out by the damage counter, with the 2 basic energy cards from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. Okay, so that's acceleration right there. That is 6. What was it? 2. So 180 for throwing a single prize. But I would need to place. Yeah, that's just too much. Shuffle your hand in your deck and draw 6 cards. This attack does 40 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So if I get hit early game for from a Soul Rock for 70, because apparently that fucking happens nonstop. Knock my ass out multiple times. Because the deck I play right now is Dunsparce, and if I play that down and I see a Soul Rock, I just fucking leave. But besides that, that's 7 damage counters. So that's 280 just from a Soul Rock hit. If you get hit by a what's the evolution between Dreepy and Dragapult? Dracloak. You get hit by the Jet Headbutt, I think is what it's called. For 90 damage, you're one shot in almost everything. For 2 energy. And it is a 2 prize card, which isn't too bad. Ooh, that could be interesting. If you have no cards in your hand, choose an attack from one of your opponent's Pokemon in play and use it as this attack. For 2 colorless. Okay, so we got a kind of Lily-like, but stage 2, somewhat decent draw support. So once during your turn, you may use this ability to draw a card. And for the attack, Feather Radio does 60 damage plus 20 for every benched Pokemon in the game. It's not bad. So you'd be dealing like 260 for 1 colorless. There's a lot of 1 energy hit for a fuck ton. 1 or 2 energy hit for a fuck ton. Oh, here's another card that I've seen a bunch of stuff. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this was the Hidden Veil or something in Japanese, but they got it translated to Hide and Seek. Prevent all effects of your opponent's Pokemon attacks and abilities done to this Pokemon. Damage is not an effect. Place 1 damage counter. That's so weird. Place 1 damage counter, not just hit for 10 damage. If you have 6 or more Pokemon that have the Hide and Seek ability in your discard pile, place 4 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon. Okay, that could get crazy. You pair that up with, there's a Ends Vanillice that doubles all damage counters on the enemy team's board. So that could be crazy. You hit, it's another single prize, single energy ability, hitting for 60 or hitting for 40 each Pokemon. You hit twice, maybe 3 times. If you hit it twice, that's 80, so you double it, that's 160. Depending on how many cards you can get in play from that. You hit it 3 times, that's 240 damage. Which, that's knocking out a lot of stuff. Especially if you have monkeys. I don't know if you'd want to play Munkidori. That's interesting. I want to see where this deck goes. Once in your turn, you play this Pokemon from your hand of all. One of your Pokemon, you may use this ability to heal all damage from one of your Pokemon. Okay, that would be kind of good with this card, where if you get healed, you do 200 more damage. But let me see. I don't actually. Never mind. I didn't realize it was stage 2. That's kind of fucked. So there's a Hide and Seek that's not a grass Pokemon. Okay. Another Hide and Seek, Evolution. Banette. You may search your deck for a card and put it in your hand. Ooh, any card. Sizzle. Discard the top card you put in the deck. Reveal the bottom 7 cards of your deck and this attack does 50 damage for each Pokemon you find there that has the Bug Out attack. Then shuffle any revealed Pokemon back in your deck. Discard the other cards. That could really screw you over. How many have Bug Out? If a lot have Bug Out, then that's fine. But if this is the only one, then that's kind of shit. Discard 2 top cards. Pokemon Dust does 30 damage to its set. 160 damage for 4 fucking energy? That's such bullshit, dude. That is bullshit. With a 3 retreat cost and only 140 health, that's horrible. Discard up to 2 basic steel energy cards from your hand, and this attack does 40 damage for each card you discarded in this way. So you're doing 80 damage and you're getting rid of 2 energy. That's also shit. You may discard any number of cards from your hand. Ooh, that maybe could see some play. If you have no cards in hand, this attack is 160 more damage. So that's how it happens. Oh, Mega Slowbro, here it is. During your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon is damaged by an attack, even if this Pokemon is knocked out, place 12 damage counters on the attack in Pokemon. 3 damage, stage 1, 180 damage, possibly 300 damage. This is the deck I'm gonna play. There's just that's nuts. That's genuinely nuts. It's like the Chestnut deck, but good. I wanted that deck to be so good. I had such good hopes for the Chestnut deck with the Meganium, the Yamega, I think is what it is. Whatever, it's the when you move it to the active, it powers itself up with energy. Swap that back to Chestnut, for every energy, it does a certain amount of thing. And I just could never get it to work. And I don't think I've seen anybody actually getting it to work. There was one tournament in Japan that was a city league, I think it was. That they, I think it was like got second or won it. I can't remember because it was quite a little bit ago. But that was the only time I seen it do good. And I want to say it's a slept on deck, but it genuinely is kind of shit. And I don't like saying that because he's one of my favorite Pokemon, but the card's pretty shit. If you have 13 or more Pokemon, jeez. That have the hide and seek ability, and you discard power, choose 2 of your opponent's Pokemon, quadruple the number of damage counters on them. That's crazy. You pair it up with that Slowpoke, or Slowbro. I forgot which one it was already. Yeah, Slowbro. Shit. Yeah, Slowbro. If you have no card in your hand, just... Wait, no. It was this one. It was Slowpoke. You may discard any number of cards from your hand. So you just draw a fuck ton of cards, and then just throw them all away. That could work. Look at the top 6 cards of your deck, and you may reveal any number of Pokemon you find there, and put them into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. For colorless, you evolve. You do not. Type null. When the fuck did we start programming? I can't read this shit. Once during your turn, if you have no cards in your hand, you may use this ability to search your deck for a support card, reveal it, and put it in your hand, then shuffle your deck. Discard Pokemon for 130 and you're stage 1 with 140 health. You're colorless with 2 retreat, but fuck, there's not a single good thing about this card. This damage does 70 damage to one of your Pokemon. Pokemon that have any special energy attack too. Oh, that's fucked. That sucked. I love this. I love that art. Beefy bitch. 120, 3 water. 270 for 5. I don't know why I couldn't count. I'm so fucking hard. 5 energy. Never seen that Pokemon. Got a full art. This attack does 30 damage to one of your benched Pokemon. Yeah, okay, yeah, I wasn't reading that wrong. To one of your Pokemon on the bench. If your bench Pokemon have any shadowy energy, okay, so there's another new kind of energy attached. This does 70 more damage. 3 energy for 170 damage. Basic 130 health, 2 retreat. I don't know about that one. Oh, and that's it for Pokemon. Yay, gotta love small sets. There's only 15 trainer cards. What the hell? Alright. Ooh, hang on, I'm seeing 2 fossil things already. Is fossil maybe going to be good for once? Like, for the first time ever? Play this card as if it was a 60 HP basic Pokemon. This card can't be affected by any special conditions and can't retreat. At any time during your turn, you may discard this card from play. Okay. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, all your Pokemon take 10 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. It's kind of shit. Oh, okay, this is different. I was gonna say it's just the same thing, but it's different. If this Pokemon is in the active spot and is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, even if this Pokemon is knocked out, place 3 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. Still kind of shit. Backtrack badge. Once in your turn, after you flip any coins for an attack of the basic or colorless Pokemon this card is attached to, you may ignore all results of those coin flips and begin flipping those coins again. Could I make a Kangaskhan tank build which I have done before, and it was pretty cool. Wasn't like meta shattering, but it did work. If I added this to that, I would essentially get a retry on how much damage I can do. And like no matter what, I'm doing 200 damage. So if I don't flip heads twice, I just get to re-roll. That might be insane. And I think Kangaskhan might actually be a competitor now. Reprinted Brave Bengal. Reprinted Crushing Hammer. Ooh, Dark Bell. Yeah, this goes with Darkrai. Both active non-dark Pokemon are now confused. That's what I was saying that the Darkrai was missing, so they did print something for Darkrai. That works pretty well. That is nuts. That's maybe not going to be a rogue deck. Maybe not. It might be a staple. Might be a staple. Reprinted Energy Switch. Fossil Quarry. Seeing a lot of fossil stuff. So like I said, they might be good now. Hopefully. Probably not, but one can hope. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for up to 2 item cards that have an antique in their name and put them onto the bench. Then that player shuffles their deck. It's Stadium, so it's not a supporter. I don't know. Gladion's Final Battle. You can use this card when it's the last card in your hand. During this turn, attacks used by Pokemon that don't have a rule box do 80 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. I don't know. I'm sure there's decks where that would fit, but it's so specific. I feel like that's probably was printed for one deck. Discard up to 2 Pokemon that don't have a rule box from your hand and draw 3 cards. That could go good with the hide and seek stuff. Draw 3 cards. For each card you just... Oh, whoa! That's a 6-card draw for discarding cards that you don't want to begin with. That's pretty good. Iron Defender reprinted. Jet. Draw a card for each of your opponent's Mega Evolution Pokemon in the EX and play. That's kind of bad. You're getting maybe like 3 cards at most. So that's kind of wasted supporter in my eyes. Misty's Vitality. Search your deck for up to 4 basic energy cards and attach them to one of your Pokemon. Then shuffle your deck. Your turn ends. Okay, maybe... That's actually really good energy acceleration. I could add that to my Mega Starmie deck, and it would... That's really good. Yeah, that's... Oh. I can see this being good in a few decks, but my main deck is Starmie, and I can see that being good. Rust Syndicate Grunt. You can use this card only if any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn. Discard an energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon. So it's not luck-based Crushing Hammer, but it's a supporter, so you're wasting your supporter. That is another card where I think it will be useful in very few decks. Very specific niche, like control decks. Tremendous Bomb. I can't read that. I'm too blind to read cards like this. Like, I genuinely can't read that. Like, when it goes on the black parts, I can't read that. It's cool art. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining about the art. I just genuinely can't read it. But if this Pokemon this card attacked... Wow. If the Pokemon this card is attached to isn't a Mega Evolution Pokemon EX in the active spot and takes 240 or more damage from an attack from your opponent's Mega Evolution Pokemon EX, place 12 damage counters. Could pair that with the Slow King, or Slowbro. I think it was Slowbro. I already forgot again. But the Slowbro was, I think, 130. So you're hitting for 250. Not even attacking. That's just pure defense. hitting for 250. I wouldn't even be mad that they're getting 3 prizes out of that. No, because... Oh, wait, it's if this Pokemon this card is attached to isn't a Mega Evolution Pokemon DX. Okay, yeah, I'm a little bit stupid. Yeah, I read that wrong. Oh, that's it. It was... Oh, it's only 2. It was energy. As long as this card attached to a Pokemon, it provides dark energy. As long as the dark energy this Pokemon attached to is on your bench, prevent all damage done to it by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. This is made for Monkey Dory. That's fucking nuts. That's perfect. Oh. I don't know what to say. That's actually fucking nuts. That's crazy. That's genuinely, like, that can change the outcome of so many games I've played. It's prevent all damage too. It's not just like effect damage or it's all damage. That's nuts. Ooh, that could fuck me over. Because Starmie is weak against lightning. As long as this card attached to a Pokemon, it provides electric energy. Attacks used by the electric Pokemon this card is attached to do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon before applying weakness and resistance. That is nuts. I actually still can't get over the shadowy energy. That is insane. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Okay. So, my review. These are the decks that I want to build. The Lurantis, I don't know. Stage 1, 260 health, grass type. For 1 energy, if you healed that turn, 260 damage. It's a 2 prize, or 2. It's got a decent amount of health. If I put Hero's Cape is 100, right? I think I gotta change the filter. Whoops. Yeah, it's 100. So you're getting 360 health. And with a bunch of healing, you can heal. I don't know if I want to make an Annihilate. I'm looking at this card again. I don't know. I think I'm going to put this one on the back burner. I'm sure I'll make one, but I think I'm going to put it on the back burner. This one I am interested in. Slowbro. Paired with that one thing. No, it doesn't matter. That doesn't... I'm fucking tired, okay? Leave me alone. Destructive Head. But this is the first card I've seen that I still really want to do. You're hitting for 300 on the second turn with 330 HP health. Stage 2, fighting type, grass weakness, which grass is kind of prevalent, which is a little scary, but yeah, if you fight a Teal Mask, you're kind of fucked. Or a Bulb, not a Teal Mask, a Bulbasaur Teal Mask deck. This one, Darkrai, is... I'm very excited for. I'm gonna build a deck for him. Yeah, that's just my review, I guess.